Well, hello everyone. It is Friday, October the 30th, the last October Friday we have this year in 2020, and it is time for your status chat. And before I get to numbers, which will be just very shortly, I want to point out once again we're planning another little show with Zach Jones of Loan Depot, so hopefully there'll be something in the mortgage industry, some kind of information you need to hear. And we don't have that date scheduled and the exact content yet, but we're working on it because Zach is doing everything he can right now to keep up with stuff. So let's get to your numbers right off the bat, and then I want to run a little video afterwards. Well, let's do the commercial for the regulatory agency and get that done. Dell Delbridge, Benchmark Realty, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. If you're currently unrepresented and would like to know how to compare up to 3 properties side by side, room by room, then go over to my new YouTube channel, subscribe while you're there, watch the demo. Afterwards, get with me and we'll set up your exclusive account today. Okay, now that that's done, last week, according to the numbers, we had 22 active in the system, and under contract still showing we had 4401 with a ratio of between them of 73%. It was unchanged from the previous, and so was the trend. Both of those were down. Now this week we have a drop. We're down to 5922 available in the MLS in the system, and under contract still showing 4324. Both of those are down, and the ratio between the two remained unchanged at 73%. So it's kind of holding on that, where people are still kind of holding out, still showing that property even after they get a contract. That's an opportunity. It shows a little bit about it. I don't want to talk too much about it. Now, I do want to run a little video on the different models, and the only thing I really want to point out, I'm not bad-mouthing any of them, but as you can see from the weekly numbers, houses are going pretty quick. In fact, they're banging sort of on the top end, and people are holding, I think that people are holding them under contract still showing because they're taking no chances that it'll fall through on financing. So in that regard, I know people are tempted to go with these models where you just call a number, they come make you an offer for what they're willing to give you. And it is, I'm sure they're telling you the absolute truth. This is the best offer you're going to get from them. However, when there's such a shortage of inventory, I think there's a tendency to get the wrong things in the wrong order. I had recently had a good friend of mine, and what he had done was, I think he was worried about selling his previous home because he can't tote 2 mortgages at once, and he put his home on the market and it was sold, and then he was in a quick bind to try to find someplace new. What I would like to suggest is that you call me, you work with me, we'll try to find you your ideal home where you want to move first, and as long as these numbers are holding, we should be able to sell your existing home, all things being equal, that every situation is different. I think we should be able to sell your current home in a way that will help you be able to manage those two things together in a timely fashion. So let's look at this model coming up, and just remember, if someone is buying your home to live in, I believe when you market to the general public, you're more likely to command a higher price and get a better deal for yourself, simply because those people are looking to buy your home to live in versus someone who's just buying it for inventory and needs to have some kind of margin somewhere in their figure, their math, somewhere in their figures and math. They have to have a way of then reselling that home, getting rid of that inventory, and making a profit to cover their expenses and their needs. So that's just my thought. I'm not going to beat them up, but we all have choices, and I'd like to be one of yours. So let's watch this little video.
I want to sell my home, but how? What is the best way? What are my goals? What are my time constraints? How do the different sales models fit my needs? Should I try for sell by owner at FSBO? Do I have a lot of time to meet with people on showings? Are there any dangers to meeting with strangers in my home? Will they be picky and demanding? What will I have to update or repair? Will I make my money back? How do I market my home? Should I post to the internet? Does anyone read newspapers? If so, how many? What about TV and radio? Other question. Out of all the inquiries, how many are actually qualified to buy my home? What about sales contracts? Do I have one? Is it any good? What by law must I disclose to buyers? Those will sell your house for $999.99 models. Do they do anything more than put my house on the MLS and stick a sign in my yard? How exactly does that work? Is that $1,000 commission? Are there any hidden fees, commissions, and conditions? Are there any buyer agent commissions, MLS fees, transaction fees, photographic fees, yard sign rentals? Do I have to use her to buy my next home too? Since she isn't making any money off my listing, is she selling me cheap to move it quickly? I wonder if I'm losing money off the table. Those we buy yucky houses and avoid the market models. Why would anyone want to do that? Think about trading cars. Sure, they will buy your car even if you don't buy a new one, but not at full price. Wholesale on cars is typically 10 to 20% lower than retail. So 15% below market on the $20,000 used car is $3,000. So 15% below on a $350,000 home is a loss of $52,500. What meets your needs better? You can sell directly to the first offeror in one day, or you can hire a real estate professional to market your home to thousands. According to a study by one of the largest independent real estate brokers in the nation, sellers typically net approximately 10% more when using a traditional marketing real estate agent model over corporate speculators who make direct offers. Use Dell Delbers to market your home, or you can lose money off the table.
Well, thank you for sitting through that. If you have any questions, remember you know where to find me. It's called Dell to Sell on YouTube, one L and Dell, no spaces. It's a YouTube thing. And you can find me on all the other social medias, I think. I don't really do the Instagram much. I'm not really figuring out how to do that with just still pictures and what all, but you find me on Facebook. You find me either personal or the business page on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on obviously YouTube that I've already mentioned, Parler, and Twitter, of course. So look for you there. Appreciate you watching. Have a good, safe Halloween.